Hey everyone, I'm here today to bring you a human hair wig, and I am so excited to be able to review this piece for you. This is part one of a two-part review because I am going to share this piece, which is pretty much out of the box with no customization, and then I'm going to get this wig customized, and I'll talk a little bit about why in a minute, and I'll come back and show you the finished product. So today I have on Eileen by the PUSH Wig human hair line for Wig Studio One. So let me show you the box because I don't know that I said that quite right. So this line of human hair wigs is called PUSH, and it is the Wig Studio One human hair line of wigs, and it stands for pushing forward through hair loss. And the wig I have on, the style I have on is called Eileen. So there are multiple styles as well as I think at least one topper in this line. So this one is Eileen. It's a 12-inch long versus I think there is the Brunette wig which may be 18 inches long. So there's some different lengths. And the color of this particular Eileen is 61214R. So it's a 6 brunette, 12 light brown, and then a 14R. So it is rooted a little bit. I am going to get outside and show you this color outside as well. This is such a pretty summer color for a brunette. This is a light brown with some blonde highlighting, and that's the 14. So it's definitely a light brunette. So if you are used to wearing, medium dark browns, 8s, 6s, this is going to feel really light to you. So I know for me, one of the biggest struggles I had was deciding what color to get. And I opted to go a little lighter than typical because I can always have low lights put into this and I can darken it up a bit. It is a little trickier to lighten human hair, which can totally be done. It's just trickier. Just like with your own hair, everybody's hair takes color differently and takes the lighting process differently. And I would say there's less risk with darkening than lighting. That's the research I've done. That's the advice that I've been given. And so I decided I'll go a little bit lighter. I can always have it darkened. So Eileen, PUSH. Oh my gosh, you guys. First of all, this is my first official human hair wig that I have ever had. It took me a very long time to decide what human hair wig to get. I do talk about this in depth on my YouTube channel. So I have already filmed an out of the box first impression video where I really go in depth about how did I make the decision to go with this particular wig versus any other human hair wig. So in an effort not to make this video too long, I'm going to refer you to my video on my YouTube channel. You can just search PUSH Eileen Denise Sheets and you should be able to find that video where if you really wanted the kind of the nitty-gritty in-depth about how did I decide. But I will tell you, as you all know, I do guest reviews for Wig Studio One about once a month or so, and you know, I have been a customer of Wig Studio One since my very first purchase, September of 2018. I joined their Facebook group really early on, so I already have such a strong connection to Wig Studio One just because it is kind of my go-to resource for support. And I think Andrea is fantastic. She is the founder of Wig Studio One. She's helped me out a lot with advice and her trust in me to do these reviews. So along with a bunch of other reasons, which I enumerate, I knew I wanted to support Andrea and Wig Studio One as well because they are so supportive. So that was a factor. I did purchase this wig from Wig Studio One. It isn't a wig that they sent me to review. And so I do want to share though that I have a special place in my heart for them. Okay, so let's get on to this review. The cap is amazing, is like beyond amazing. This is, I would have to say, the most comfortable wig that I own. It's a fully hand-tied cap and it fits me like a glove. I would say that these pieces are average petite. I think if you have a large head, a large circumference, large measurements, I would talk to Andrea before making a purchase. Just get some advice from her on what to do there, because since I am an average circumference, it fits me super great, but I don't have a ton of cap. It really hugs my head perfectly. I usually get so much bulk and cap up here on just regular, you know, Aesthetica wigs, John Renault wigs, Gabor wigs. I do not have that on this one. It's not tight. It's just perfect. Like literally custom fit almost, it feels like. It's so amazing. And this hand-tied cap is just seamless. I mean, I can like go like this, I can run my hands through this, and it is just like my head is there. I'm not feeling any wefting because there isn't any. And so right off the bat, I want to share that this is the most comfortable cap. And you know, this hair is actually Remy human hair. And again, I talk about this in my other video, but Remy human hair means that when the hair was gathered, all the cuticle is going the same direction. So from the way it grows out of the head, all the hair is still maintaining that direction. What can happen with human hair is if it's not Remy, then it means that there wasn't care taken to make sure that the hair is all going in the same direction. And what can then happen is it can tangle more easily because you've got different types of hair, different, you know, the hair up here is newer than the hair down here. There's just factors that can create a lot of tangles. I have experienced no tangling with this piece. Now, I have not worn it for like 12 hours a day yet. I have worn it though, probably 3 or 4 times for an hour to 3 hours at a time. And it is just, it feels amazing. It does not tangle at all, at all. It's so great. And the hair fibers just truly feel spectacular. I'm just so pleased. Let me just talk then a little bit. Actually, before I talk more, let me just show you this piece all around, and let me show you the inside of the cap. And then I'm going to share with you something that if you have not delved into the world of human hair yet, I think you need to be aware of to set some realistic and reasonable expectations. So let's take a look first. It is so amazing. Oh, so good. And then just this color. You can see it's got some light brown. It's very dynamic. You can see the highlighting. It definitely looks like you've been to a salon. And then here's the rooting. It's a kind of an ashy brown, very much an ashy brown root. It's not a warm brunette. And then look at that scalp. We're going to talk about this cap, but this is amazing. I mean, it just looks like scalp. There's no knotting. No knotting whatsoever. So it is a French drawn silk top, which is the most realistic that you can get. And then it does have a lace front, and this lace front is really good. Now you do have to cut the lace front yourself. It's so good. I mean, everything about the way this wig looks is incredibly realistic. The only thing I want to point out, and this is going to happen with any lace front French drawn silk top that you get, is you can see the transition line between the lace front and the top. And so I'm going to show that to you. You see it right there. See that? That is going to be really easy to deal with either makeup or with how you part the hair. But let me give you my opinion on this. First of all, you can't have everything with wigs. I mean, you just can't. It's a wig. It's not your hair growing out of your head. So if you want seamless transition right here, then you're probably just going to have to go with a regular lace, kind of lace top, which will then mean you're not going to get as realistic of a part line. If you're looking for like a perfect part line like this, where it just looks like it's scalp, and you want a lace front, then you'll have to just figure out a way to deal with that. I'm gonna tell you, people aren't gonna notice it. They're just not. But if you're so worried about it, you can dab foundation on there, you can dab translucent powder on there, you can mess with how it parts, you can create a bang. There's lots of things you can do, but I personally would rather have this super realistic and deal with that than go with a less realistic part line because I'm worried about that transition. But people have asked about it, so I want to share it. All right, so let's look at this cap. Oh, it's stuck a little bit. I was wearing a wig earlier today and I had it stays on, and sometimes that'll kind of make itself sticky. Okay, so that's the top. This is the double monofilament French drawn silk top. If you do not have any hair because you've got total hair loss, this is going to be so comfortable. It's so smooth. There's nothing itchy on here whatsoever. So this is really great for total hair loss. And then you've got that just a little bit of a silicone there. Here's the lace, which I have trimmed. And I'm really sad to say, but I did a video on the trimming, and I have a camera with a microphone now, and I didn't turn the microphone on, so there is no sound. I am going to try to put a video out there of the trimming and the first washing, but I'm going to have to figure out a way how to dub some talking over that video, I think. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing about this lace is it goes all the way, ear tab to ear tab. Let me fold that so you can see it. This is the lace, so it goes all the way here. Why does that matter? Because then you've got styling options. If you want to pull the hair up, pull the hair back, if your lace ends like right here, like a lot of synthetic wigs do, then you've got to deal with that transition line and it doesn't look as realistic. So that's fantastic. It does have bendable ear tabs with metal in them, and it's not soft material there. It is just a little bit of a lace material. All of this is hand tied, this wonderful hand tied cap, and then there is a bit of an extended nape, and it does have the hook adjusters. And like I said, it's more of an average petite, so I've not had to cinch this in at all. Why hand tied? Why do we care about hand tied? Again, and I've shared this in a few videos. I don't have a ton of hand tied wigs, but hand tied is the most realistic. It's going to give you the appearance of scalp all over your head. So if you're outside and the wind is blowing, or if you want to pull this into an updo, then you can see, let me get out of the frame so it'll focus on the wig and not on my face. So I'm going to try to show you this in the back of the wig. My camera's not working with me today. There we go. So you can see my finger through there just a little bit. That's what happens with a fully hand-tied piece. You get, the hair moves anywhere, it just looks like it's growing out of your head. You don't see wefting, you don't see anything. So that is the tremendous benefit. Maybe I can get it here. There you go, better. There you go. That's the tremendous benefit of fully hand-tied. That, and it just really feels so much more comfortable. It's not as bulky, it's not as heavy. Depending on the wig and the wefting, that can sometimes add bulk. So sometimes when you feel like you're wearing a wig and it looks poofy, it could be permatease, it could be hair density, it just could be that the fact that you've got the wefting and it is adding bulk and poof to your head. So all of those things are just unbelievably fantastic on this one. I could not rave more about the fit of this cap on me and how comfortable it is. All right, so let me also just talk really quick here. And again, this is part 1 of 2, and the reason why is because this wig really needs customization. So you can see when I put it on, it's really front heavy. This whole part just wants to hang in my face. It didn't do that as badly. It came with more of a center part, and I moved the part to more of a side part because that's how I wear my hair. And then it put a lot more bulk on this side of the wig. I have done, let me get it situated so I can talk with you and not have to constantly be holding it out of my face. I have talked to a lot of wig sisters. I have done a lot of research on human hair wigs. And the consensus that I have learned is you have to customize human hair most of the time. Sometimes you can get a piece and wear it out of the box. I think some of it depends on your comfort level with hair volume. You know, this is a good amount of density. I would say this is a medium density. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's not light density, it's not heavy density. It's definitely a lot of hair, but it doesn't have permatease or poof, so that helps. The human hair wigs are meant to be customized. They're meant to be cut to kind of, you know, maybe put a few layers in or to thin out a little bit. You know, they come not made for you. And so I would say probably the scariest thing with human hair, and one of the things that holds a lot of us up, is that part of it. Just the fear of the unknown. How do I customize a wig? I don't know anybody who can do that. I don't have a hairstylist, you know, I don't either. And so I did fret about that for a while. But if you do a search on the Wig Studio One YouTube channel, you'll see Eileen and Trista both shared videos of them taking their push pieces to a stylist and how that worked. So it is helpful to see other people and what they go through, and that really gave me confidence that I can do that too. And so I actually don't know a stylist here locally that I've been going to, so I am going to send this wig to someone that I know who lives in another state, and she has done this a lot of times for people where she's customized their human hair pieces and they haven't been around. And so I very much trust her, so I'll share more details about that when I get this piece back. And I've already given her instructions that I really like the Jameson length and that I'd like it more like that. So that's the other thing to keep in mind when you get these. If you were to order a push piece, for example, let's say you love this wig and you order Eileen, it may or may not look exactly like mine, because this has been trimmed up a little bit prior to shipping, and so it may be a little longer, a little shorter. There may be a few more little layers, maybe a few less. And so my advice to you is just be really open-minded and ready to customize the piece, to take it to be cut, thinned, trimmed to your preferences. For me, everything about this is perfect. Now I just need to get the hair style perfect. Something I debated about doing before I filmed this video is curling her and doing all of the styling. I've opted to wait until I can get it back. Because of this front being so heavy, I'd rather I just get it cut the way I want it and then share how she styles. So I will tell you that I have washed this piece. I have blow dried it. I let it dry mostly, and then I blow dried it straight. Something that you have to do with these to change the part is you have to get the cap wet, the part wet, and then when the hair, and then when you go to change the part, you can either comb it the way you want it, or you can blow dry it to stay. A human hair wig, once you set the part, it needs to be reset to change it. It's very easy to do, but I think that's something that I was confused about at first when I got it. And let me just show you really quickly. When I got it and I wanted to change the part, I thought I could just do what I do with a synthetic monotop and kind of part it and then do this. It won't stay. It doesn't stay. You have to set it with water and heat. So again, if you have never purchased a human hair wig before, these are not shake and go wigs. You don't buy it like you do a synthetic and then, maybe you just comb it a little, maybe you spray with water, scrunch it, hang it upside down, and get ready to go. It's gonna take a little more effort in styling. So it's an investment, but it's, I don't know, I think it's worth everybody having one if they can. So that's it for this first sort of video on my Eileen push wig. I love it. I love the care and concern that Andrea has taken in sourcing this hair. And again, I talk about it in my other video, so please check that out if you're curious. But I will tell you that she has really taken into consideration ethical sourcing of this hair and really thinking about the concerns that people have buying human hair, because it isn't always on the up and up, and the market can be shady. And so Andrea has really worked with that. So anyway, let me know if you have initial questions. I will show you this color outside, And if you haven't joined the Wig Studio One Wig and Topper support group on Facebook, I really encourage you to do that. There's now over 10,000 women in the group, and quite a few people have talked about their push pieces. So you can really get good information about this wig before making the investment. All right, thanks for watching, you guys, and hopefully when I get this one back from being styled and customized, I'll be able to get another video out really fast. Take care. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, here is this color outside. So 6, 12, 14R. So you can see, very dynamic. A lot of highlighting. So if you're struggling to determine color, let me get in front of the garage door here. So you got a dark background and a light background. So this hasn't been customized yet, like I shared in my review. It's just out of the box, but I wanted to be able to show the color. Hope that helped.